Hi everyone and welcome to my place. Look at this. I've just got stuff everywhere because I've been gathering and I feel so wonderful. The requests that I have had of late are Constance Spry end of summer gatherings. I am very pleased that I was able to share to those of you who didn't know of her, who I refer to as the grandmother of Floristry. She was amazing. She said that the difference between a weed, a seed head, a flower, a grass, whatever, or actually it was a flower and a weed it is just a means of no greater or less an opinion. And she's right, because you know what? I, as a child, used to pick dandelions and those lovely little fluff balls. They were gorgeous. And I also used to like to look at them in their delicate form and then all of those little fairies would just float with their little seeds off to have dandelions somewhere else. But I didn't know about that at that stage. But seed heads and grasses and gatherings at the end of summer, and as the weather is sort of just dulling down and all the moisture's gone out of everything, and it's a great time to create a design using those forms, because usually they're all the same kind of colorway, tonal value, so they're beautiful to mix and match together. So I've been off and I've been gathering, and I'm here to help those who want a Constance Spry end of summer gathering. Now I'm going to show you two ways with this. The first way is using a classic shaped container. I did this ages ago, it's really very, very rough. But when you look into the exterior of your container, of this container, it's sort of dull, and the forms that we're using are going to be dull, like the pods. The gum pods. See, they're dull. There's nothing here except the billy buttons, but then when you look at those, they're quite dull as well. And then when I look at these here, this allium, that is just so beautiful. And just outside that window there, I have got some onions going to seed. And I'm being told off all the time, would you just pick them and eat them? But what he doesn't understand is it's the flower I want, not what's underneath it. So we're not worrying about that. And there's more than enough onions out there to be like feeding half of the district. But anyway, let us begin. The first to go into here is going to be the eucalyptus or the spiral gum. And I'm just going to bring that, no, I'm not going to do that yet. What I am going to do is I need something into here, and I'm just going to push that into there because that's going to become my base to hold everything together, because I'm not using any other means of holding them into there. So the next to go into there is going to be some of this. Now the reason I'm using this dried off stuff is because of the colour of the container, and I want this to continue up. So that goes in next. Like so. So see how that's sort of fanning up? Now it's coming towards me, but don't panic because I'm about to fix that, because I'm going to put some of this into it. Now look at that for a colourway. That's perfect. And because this is artificial, I can bend it, and you'll understand when you get to be doing yours at home how nice it is having that wedgy bit of foliage in there to keep everything all in place. It's still whooping over this way, but don't panic, because now I'm going to bring the pods in, and it's just pretty much a matter of what I'm putting in one side, I'm just putting it in the other. And if you think it's getting too wide, just start bringing them up a little bit higher. But I wanted something, and I think that what's really lovely about this type of designing is to look as if you went outside and you went, I'll have some of this and I'll have some of that and I'll have some of this, and you just push that all shove it all into a vase and you just leave it to be. Now once I've done this, the other thing that, let me just move that around there. The other thing that I want to do is to take it from this quite classically shaped container to another kind of container that's a little bit more rustic. Now I've got these daisies here, so all I'm going to do with those is get the whole lot and then just push those down into there. So I'm now having the daisies, the white with the daisies. I've got this twiggy bits coming through, and then I've got those daisies into there. And I thought that it would be nice to position those as if they were just plonked in and all together and splaying out. Now the next thing I've got is these wee paper daisies, so I'm just going to bring those in and around and take them down a bit lower. And because of the quality, look at those with their little dark centres, don't they just look beautiful? So with these, what I'm doing is I'm taking them in shorter into the arrangement so you can see the beautiful pods, and you're stepping into this really lovely textural composition of forms. Beautiful. Right, what have I got here? Oh yes, I've got this, a thistle. Let's just bring a thistle up and into there. I'm so pleased that I put that foliage down into that first lot of foliage into there, is because it's actually giving me just a nice, not only a structural base, but it's also giving me a nice bit of colour in there to hold everything together. I love that. Now, I've still got a couple of pieces of this, and now I need to bring a little bit into the front or the back of my arrangement to see how it's all stepping in. Oh, I just love it. Now, the next thing to go in are these billy buttons. I do love billy buttons, and I'm waiting for mine to come, so I've actually borrowed these from a friend of mine, and she said don't take the tags off, so I'm not going to. Okay, so the reason I'm able to bring the billy buttons into this design is because when you look at the design, into the daisies, see how they've got that yellow bit on there? They've got the yellow bit, that lovely golden crown, and that just brings the billy buttons into their own and connects back through and into the design. This is a big do. And do you know what's really lovely? When I put these in, these dried off bits, I don't know what they are, what's really lovely is they're going to one side, which gives it a really lovely natural flow and fall. Now, these, I love these. Let's get these into here. And this is bringing in a little bit of colour. So it's not dead. It's still got some life with the flowers that we are using. Look at that. Isn't that just lovely? That can go down and into there. So we've got those scattered. Now, I've got some lovely green ones. Let's see if we can get a bit of life into this design. See, we went dry and we went into season gatherings. But look what that does. Just all of a sudden we've got a little bit of life. So I've got that bit in there. And I think what I'll do with this is the seed head. I'm going to bring that up and into there. And I've got one of these, and this is when I have to decide, do I leave it in or leave it out? About now, I think I'm going to leave it out because I've only got one. Now I've got some berries, some little berries here. So I'm just going to bring those to the front as a focal. And because I've done that there, because I want to be able to see it all around, I'm going to bring those around and into the back like so. And then I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, do I want a bit of drippy down stuff? I do, so I'm going to. And look what happened. This has got to be, should be, a very prized botanical in your working, because by putting this into there, look how I have brought the side, the arrangement from up here, around here, to drip down towards the surface of my container. I think that just is fabulous. Now, you've got something that's looking very classic and elegant. Look what happens when you take that out of there and you bring that into, into, careful, Astar, careful. I should have, there. Now look at it. How fabulous is it? All of those gatherings into the tin. So, when people talk about container or containers, there's actually a lot to be said a container. Now this was beautiful in its form, but it gave that look. But look how lovely this looks now. That's pretty cool. I like that. I hope I've been able to inspire, give you a few tidbits for your designing. Next time you're out and about at the end of the summer, just have a look around and see what treasures are waiting for you to pick up and to discover how beautiful they are to design with. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and I look forward to seeing you all again another day. Bye for now.